Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason. I'm here in the middle of nowhere in Tent, and this week's Star Report covers May the 15th through May the 26th. I'll be back in the shop next week. Told you this last week if you saw that I would be out going rogue on location. So let's jump right in it. Many of you probably been seeing all the auroras and stuff happening with the sun. The sun is still active and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Just yesterday evening, an 8.8 X-class solar flare erupted off the side. Now that thing that gave us all the auroras is turning to the right of the sun and is no longer directing those CMEs towards us, but it was a pretty large one. And the ion connection that it still has, right? So even though it doesn't shoot the debris at us, that connection that we have naturally to the sun, it sends charged ions through that. And so that did actually cause and knock out some power yesterday. So if you had slow internet, or maybe you're a farmer and your tractor stopped from the GPS, some of those things were noticeable. This increased solar activity is showing a increase in the La Nina activity down in South America. So that's just gonna, mess with our weather patterns a little bit more and get that all done. We are currently in Pluto retrograde. And so Pluto retrograde is about, deep healing, old wounds, things that have happened far off, right? So far off into the past, far off into a past life. Those kinds of things is what's going on Pluto retrograde. And that's just sort of things that are coming up to be released, or something that is coming up so that you can realize that you're governed by those old things, and you should probably, work on those things. Sorry if this one's a little shaky, guys. Brings us to today, Wednesday. The energy from the sun doing all the stuff that it's been doing to us are bringing the ability to create and mend new connections, right? So sometimes this energy is good, right? It shocks us into action, it shocks us into realization. And sometimes it's almost like a light switch, right? If you turn on the light switch and you realize that the light didn't turn on, maybe there's something wrong with the connection, right? So you can think about this extra energy doing that with emotions, connections, people, jobs, stuff like that. That's the kind of energy. And then the energy of Venus is going to bring with it today the feeling, the idea of feminine support. So sort of that motherly connection, like it's all going to be all right, is the energy that we should be thinking about. And the one thing that you should really sort of take from that Venus energy is that while all of this stuff, all this shifting is happening, you're safe, right? And so a lot of times when connections, especially electrical ones, go away, we're like, oh, is my house going to burn down? Is my life going to end? No, you are safe to do these things and work on yourself in this kind of way. Brings us into tomorrow, Thursday the 16th, with the sun that's active and the moon nearing full. You should start to feel a little bit uplifted rather than beset upon, as you see the purpose of your life, right? So when this Pluto retrograde and you're making all these connections, you should start to see the purpose of your life starting to take shape, right? If you're wondering if you've done the right thing, or if this is leading towards something big, right? You're starting to understand the purpose of your life and the direction you need to go towards that. And then Mercury is helping you with giving you its energy on Thursday to really work on your vehicle, your physical vehicle, the body. Right, and so the body is how you get around the planet and move in this life, and so Mercury is going to be helping you with that. If you have the opportunity to do any kind of body work on Thursday, get a massage, get a facial, get your nails done, that would be an ideal time to plan that. And of course, energy work at newdimensionscrystals.com if you want to book something like that. That energy work on the body does help similar to those modalities. And if you don't get a chance to do it on the Thursday, then of course Thursday is a good day to plan it, right? So if you're going to plan it to get done. So think about what you're going to be doing tomorrow, and think about where you might get in to get some assistance for your body work. Leads us to Friday the 17th. The energy should be the energy of integration, right? Like, what does all this mean? Who are we? And so that integration is really that all this energy feels excess, but it should start to almost be like a car ride, right? The higher vibration become numb or passive, so that you can't really tell that the car's shaking anymore, or the hums or the rattles have started to sort of go into the back of your hearing. So that's gonna be happening on Friday, right? a lot of intensity. So thanks, Friday, for being calm. Saturday the 18th is going to be a 22 Master Day. 22 Master Day is also going to have the moon at its closest, right? And so we know that the moon, when it is closest, really starts to have that divine feminine effect on it too, right? So we got Venus and we've got the moon helping us with that. And then of course 22 Master Days, of course, are energetically set up for us to take control of certain things, right? So if we've been not doing something, that would be a good day to do it. Forgot to mention at the top of the hour, we're still in Taurus season, but we're almost out because it's a couple of days away. Taurus is going to be base of the skull kind of energy, right? So a lot of this energy might have been giving you neck pains, a little bit of headache, and all that kind of stuff. So pay attention to see if that was true for you. If not, that's good. That means you're moving the energy through you a lot easier than others. It leads us into Sunday the 19th. The energy is going to persist from Thursday for care for the body, right? So definitely if you don't have to do anything, or if part of your bodily care is exercise, maybe think of Sunday to do something special or different for that. Moving right along, shaking the phone again, here we go. Leads us into Monday. Monday's really going to be the energy that is all of these things are completed, right? Now that you've balanced your energy, you balanced your body, it really gives you a perspective of who is this person and what are my powers, meaning you as an individual, what are my powers to take on the things that I need to be taking on. So pay attention to that being happening on Monday the 20th, which leads us into the change of season, which is maybe anticipated for some people if you've had a tough Taurus season. I've had a good Taurus season. Happy birthday, Jason, May 12th. Everything that is supposed to be happening to a Taurus is happening to me, so I'm really happy that all that's been going on. But Tuesday the 25th is Gemini, and Gemini is alchemically connected to the spinal fluid and a little bit of the spinal cord, because that's where spinal fluid is. And combined with the Pluto retrograde, it could give you a good clearing out of old wounds that you've been storing in the back, right? So sometimes the oil in the spinal fluid contains memory, right? It's almost like a medium that contains spiritual energy. And so when Pluto is in retrograde and we're into Gemini, you might have been operating or having at your center, which was affecting all your chakras, to old wounds, old thoughts, old thought patterns. It doesn't have to be something that was traumatic or hurtful, just something that was kept you or knocked you away from your purpose, right? And so you can see those release or start to heal on Tuesday the 21st. And I think that's it for this week's report. Thanks for dealing with me in my camping attire and whatnot. I'll be back in the shop on Saturday, so 2 days from now. What is today? Yeah, no, 3 days from now. And I'll be back in the studio next week for the report. I think that is everything, everybody. I hope you're all having as good a week as I am. Until next time, everyone, many blessings.